Let's do this. Class?
Yes.
All right, good. So, vector operations. So, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be adding vectors together. This is actually pretty easy. And then we're going to get to dot product later, which we're going to be multiplying vectors together. So, we have two vectors, AB is going to be added to the next two vectors, CD. And so when I put those together, I have the x direction, which is A plus C, and I have the y direction, which is B plus D.
Right.
Super easy, right? Next one, K. K is going to be a multiple or a scalar. So remember when I was talking about going from here to Lux? Okay, that would be my magnitude, is the distance from here to Lux. My vector is me going from here to Lux. But if I say that I am walking 5 times the distance from here to Lux, that would be a scalar because I'm using a unit of measurement of here to Lux. And I'm going 5 times that measurement. That's what that means. So if I'm walking from here to there, I'm going 5 times that distance. And that's what the scalar K is doing. So it's multiplying by each value in the x direction and then the y direction. And I will explain this other stuff because I don't like the way they do this one.
Do you have an extra one of those?
Yeah, it's in that box. So write these down right here because yours apparently does not have them. Write those down right there. Yeah, go ahead. The broom's there, and the pass is underneath the paper towels.
Oh, I was supposed to go to the bathroom.
Hmm?
Remember it?
Yeah, I know. So which you want to take? You want to take the broom or the pass? There you go. See? You know, it's funny. People prefer the broom.
It's funny.
I know, right? And you know what's even funnier? When they stand it up outside the door. They just like stand it there and like everyone freaks out by it. All right, did you write those down?
Wait, we're not doing 4?
No, I'm skipping that because that's not covered on the test or the
Final.
the final. So it's not on either. So I'm not worried about it too much. But I do have those on the video if you want to look at last year's stuff. Let's say, for instance, you're taking that physics AP exam. That would be a good one to do, especially example 4, because that one is the parallelogram. Now, let U be -2, 1, V be 4, 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to do U plus V. So U, vector U plus vector V is going to be equal to the vector of my x direction, which is going to be -2, plus my other x direction from my other vector is going to be 4, comma. Now I add together my y directions, which is 1 plus 3. So my total, my vectors, after I put them together, is going to be, bless you. It's not going to be bless you, though.
It's going to be 2 and 4.
And what?
4.
Very good. Is that pretty easy there? Okay, yeah. Pretty straightforward. So now, these are the same vectors we're going to be using for the next couple examples. So please have these written down because I found out with the last class, your notes don't have these vectors on them.
But aren't they on the graph right below?
Are they on yours?
Yeah, because I have it on the graph.
Oh, yeah. Everyone was freaking out about it. Yeah.
I think I can grab.
2 seconds.
All right, can I go? Okay. All right, the next one I'm going to do is going to be -2u. This is a scalar. -2u. -2u. So I'm going to do what to my vector u?
Multiply.
By?
-2.
Very good. And I'm going to do it to each direction, right?
Right.
So it's going to look like this, -2, parentheses,
-2,
very good,
1,
comma,
2, -2,
-2, parentheses,
1.
very good, close vector. Now, a lot of people actually, my last class were, I don't know, they're fighting me on this. Please write down your vectors. These are vectors. It means something different than parentheses or brackets. Please, vector. Okay, yes, write those down. So let's go ahead. My answer is going to be a open vector, right? Open vector. I'm going to get +4 and very good. ¿Está muy fácil? ¿Sí? ¿Sí? Muy bien. Let's keep going. So the next one I'm going to do a couple of them here. So it's the same UV. The same UV. So this is what I'm going to have you do. I'm going to do 2V. You're going to do 3U. You're going to do 3U minus 2V. And then you're going to do -2V. So you people are doing it with your U and V, which is on the board, which is not on your paper. You're going to do these 3 here. Or I'm sorry, these 4. I'm sorry. You're going to do these 4. I know. You know what? I will do it, and I will take a picture with my summer school form, which I'm going to hand you because you're not doing your notes. Okay, I will attach it to your summer school application.
Okay. Don't forget it.
No. Because that is like I'm doing the math.
I know, right?
Have you seen the video of like, like it's like a Key and Peele like parody of like Gordon Ramsay, and it's like pack your stuff, and he's like because you're gonna work in one of the finest restaurants. So he's like, first he's sad because he's like, pack your stuff, you're out of here. And then he's like, because you're gonna work in one of my finest restaurants. And then he's like, oh really? He's like, so you can see how good they are. And then he's like sad again. And then he's like, watch, that's hilarious.
No, I if it was me, I'd be like, yeah, because he could, because you're gonna wash dishes there, because you should not be cooking.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Okay.
He's like, because you should be running the place, like just.
I know,
back
right?
and forth, back
I know, right? So,
About the what kind of?
so it's almost like someone begging me to help them pass to get a graduation points right now, but then you just doodling instead. You're not even trying.
I'm begging you to do your job. You're supposed to grade.
Oh, and your job is to turn it in on time.
Why you
I did.
Why you expose yourself?
No, it wasn't in on time.
No, you were good.
But you expose yourself, girl. You supposed to just act like.
You don't get it? Which one?
Wait, mister, which slide are you on?
Okay, so as in 2V from.
The last of
Yeah,
example 5.
Last of example 5, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
that's-
The first.
Yeah, from the 2B that
Yeah,
you
I don't
just
even
did.
know what to
So
do.
it's
Yeah,
-4, 2, right?
Mr. Monica,
No, that's you.
I need a little
So
bit.
next
So
2B
your
is
numbers are on that little
8, 6.
Yeah.
6.
I'm so confused.
So,
Oh.
yeah, because B is that vector, right? The
Yeah.
right vector. So
Okay,
2B
yeah, that
would
makes
be
sense.
8, 6, right?
I can put it on the first one. Just the letters.
But the numbers are on the side, right here.
That's why I told you
Oh,
to
yeah.
write down those numbers. Those are the vectors we're using.
Good job, man.
Wait, mister.
I ain't nobody tell you to use my stuff.
I'm so confused.
You blame the liberals?
Hold on.
For letters in math.
Yeah.
Liberals for what?
For putting the letters in math.
Always
Letters and math?
Was Pythagoras a liberal?
Huh?
Was Pythagoras a liberal?
No, he actually wasn't.
Was Newton a liberal?
I don't think so.
So it's the conservatives?
Yeah.
Oh!
I like either one of them.
Because
Sure they were conservative.
yeah, because the conservatives are the ones that actually care if you overspend and inflation, where liberals are like, give everyone money.
Yeah.
As you should.
You're right. You're right.
I could use
Well,
some money.
no, you are, but like no.
And then the conservatives are like, you're a communist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't that communism?
Joseph McCarthy.
Everyone just give money.
It's like
Everyone just get basic income for sitting there doing nothing.
they're gonna-
And just like-
Miss Pacho, I need help with 3U minus 2B.
Very good, very good. All right,
Everyone should be
so
responsible for
let's.
making sure
Yes.
that they're
I need
alive.
homecoming.
Yeah, but
I got the
we're
rest
the
of
ones
them.
that
I got the rest of them.
created
I just
All right,
that you
listen
have
up.
to live in,
Excuse me. I'm gonna finish this. 2 times v. That is twice my vector v. So I'm gonna have my vector v.
Why you
2 times 4, comma, 2 times 3. So my vector is going to be 2 times 4, 8, comma, 6. 3 times u, my vector u. 3 times negative 2, comma, 3 times 1, it's going to give me vector negative 6, comma, 3. Now, the next part right here is I'm subtracting, but if you notice, do I know what 3u is? Yeah, that's what I did here. Do I know what 2v is?
Yeah.
Yes, and what am I going to do with those two things? Subtract. So to do this, I know what 3u is. It's right here. It's going to be negative 6, isn't it? Negative 6. And what am I going to do to that negative 6? I'm going to subtract
Would you subtract it by 8 from 8?
8. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so the numbers in the middle are what equals the end part? I was confused about that. Like
Yeah, this is
what you multiply
confusing.
it by to equal the end part.
See this?
Yeah.
2 times v. What was v?
I don't. Oh,
It's right
4,
there.
3,
Yeah. So what are you doing to each of the items in v?
Multiply by 2.
Very good. And that's where we get 2v.
Oh, okay, now I understand. Now
I have a question.
I get it.
Yeah.
So why did you use the x? Why did you use the
Now
x?
what
Like
is-
with the 4 and 3?
Minus 8. Negative 4.
Oh,
You know, because he's gonna do extra work. So you already have the answer, so might as well just plug it in. You don't have to do it again, you know?
Right.
Yeah, that's why we did this in the first place, so we can get our final answer over here.
Oh, Mr. Chapo, I got it.
That's where we can. Say what?
how come you didn't use 1?
I'm going to. I just got stopped in the middle. If you notice, I got a comma here now, right?
He got interrupted.
So what goes next?
3 minus
3
6.
minus.
6.
Very good. And so what is that vector going to be?
Uh-huh. Negative 14 and negative 3.
Very good, right? Does that make sense now? Is that better?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay, so now the negative 2v, that means opposite of v, right?
So just put a negative in front.
So I'm going to take the v and do what?
Negative.
Negative.
Times negative 1.
Times negative 2.
Oh, I thought you were gonna get 2b and multiply it by negative.
No. Oh, you could do that too, but this one's just as easy.
You're right, that's smart.
So negative 2 times my 4
Exactly.
and negative 2 times,
3.
so my answer comes out to be,
Negative 8 and negative 6.
Wait, why are you writing in blue now? Is something changing?
yeah, I felt like it. I changed it because everything looks like I'm just like bleeding all over this.
It's like,
When you
yeah,
change
something-
colors, it indicates that you changed something.
You changed his mood. He's in a more of a blue mood now.
Yeah, this vector.
Wait, watch it.
Change back, Pacho. You're confusing us.
Why is it purple now?
Now it's purple.
To indicate he's done.
I'm so confused, Pacho.
I think I might hate you
I
guys.
think this is like the easiest thing
Go ahead.
I've done so far.
Eight's a strong word.
It's like
And it's not strong enough.
we're
What
like,
if you like colorblind? That's what it is.
I feel like our class is like teaching like 3rd grade. Just-
Maybe just certain people.
Mister, I don't understand where you got these answers from. Like, did you literally just,
From the graph.
where did you get 14 and 3?
See these right here? Do you have these?
Yeah,
Okay. Did you do 2 times vector v?
yeah, I got that part, but I'm talking about the 14 and the 3.
Okay. What does this say?
3U.
The 3u, which was this, right? Minus the 2v, which was this. So I took my x direction, right here, and I subtracted from this one here, right? So that's where I got the -6 where it goes there. And I subtracted my 8.
You know why?
So, step by step, building this up to get to this problem here. That's why we did the 3u over here. We did the 2v over here, right? We did both of those first, and then I subtracted my answer first. Then I subtracted it from there. Is that a little bit better?
Yeah.
Okay, and the last one was just -2 times v. Alright, okay, so these are forms where it means the same thing. Your x direction is your I, your y direction is your j, and if you ever have a z direction would be k. So, this is what it looks like. So me moving left and right in front of you, in front of the classroom, would be the I, or the x direction. Me going from here to the back of the room is going to be the y direction, and which is also referred to as the j here. But then the k, or the z direction, would be me jumping up and down. That would be the z direction, going up and down.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, okay, okay.
So-
it's like 3-dimensional now.
Yes, it is. So ijk is 3-dimensional. But for this right here, it's just ij. But if you see one that's ijk, it's 3-dimensional. So,
Oh, okay, okay. So it's like,
Okay, which way, direction, does it, like, matter, or?
I is the x,
Okay. I is.
j is your y,
Okay.
so that's your second direction, right? And then if you see a z, that would be the same as your k, which would be up and down.
So it's -5, it's going to the left side.
Yes. Okay. Right here, dot product.
where's the mark?
Dot product. So if we're multiplying 2 vectors together, we have the x direction times the x direction, plus the y direction times the y direction. And what do I do with those answers?
You multiply. Wait, you put them in
Multiply,
the
and then you add them.
How you draw it?
What's that symbol?
add them.
Just a little bit.
Addition.
Addition,
No,
right?
John, you want to do
Yeah, but then the letters next to each other would multiply, right? Or is that?
Well, they're
A times c, which is my
Oh, okay.
x direction times x direction. My BD is my b times d here, right? And then I take those and do what with them?
Multiply, add.
Add them together. So let's do a dot product here. So, you ready?
Yes, sir.
So this one is going to turn into what? 2,
2 times 4.
2 times 4 plus,
3 times -1.
which is going to give me a grand total of,
What's 8 plus -3?
8
5.
was
Five.
-5.
It's like this is senior trigonometry class. For real?
Oh, that's good.
All right, so next one here.
No, take it back.
So my next one here is going to be
6
6 times negative 2
plus 4 times 3 equals 0. 0.
Zero.
Oh, I gotta do this.
This should be on the test. I like this.
Now, this is actually not, because this, you don't want to deal with these.
Oh.
Absolute
So
value.
this is, listen, this is, it's not absolute value. What do those bars around that mean?
Vector.
Magnitude of the vector.
Oh.
Oh.
The magnitude of the vector. So, if we're trying to find an angle, you need to do,
The inverse.
thank you, inverse. So, I am going to change up the formula for this so you can see this.
Okay.
So, theta is going to be inverse cosine of u times v, that's dot product, over the magnitude of u times the magnitude of v.
Okay, I got it.
And that's how we find our angle in between two vectors.
Isn't that like the same?
Why you use letters that look so much and y'all don't like?
I guess at some point then it's like the same.
Okay. Do you know what? No. Do you know what? I was going to stop here. Now, no. That's it. Watch this. No, watch this. I was going to stop there. Now I'm not.
John, so sick.
Hold on. Wait a minute, so I gotta write.
Can I get water?
Spark something inside
I
his
gotta
head.
write. UV over absolute value. Yeah, and good.
You made it mad.
Okay.
You triggered it.
Okay. So, we're going to find the angle between these two. I have two vectors.
Yes, sir.
I'm walking dogs. I have
I hope they
I have his dog Milkshake.
What?
That's a good name for a dog.
Yeah, he makes little poops in the yard. Darn right, they
Milky.
all are his.
Cookies and cream.
Oh my God, why?
Now,
Correct.
okay, along with that dog, we have Raoul's Labradoodle.
What? 6 years?
Okay,
What's the name?
it's like a Chihuahua with long hair, but not as ferocious. So,
What's the name?
his dog Milkshake is a husky.
He said cookies and cream.
But both of these dogs here, okay, you're taking them on a walk. They're both on a leash. So, Milkshake is going to be you. That's the big husky. That Labradoodle, Raoul, what's your dog's name again? Albert, is vector V. So, the angle that we're pulling, because you're taking these dogs for a walk, they're pulling you in a direction, aren't they?
Right.
Yeah.
And so because they're going at different vectors, but they're going somewhat towards each other, right? So who do you think is going to pull harder?
The husky.
The husky, right? Milkshake. Okay? So, because of that,
Milkshake was
find
Albert.
the angle between them. And that's what you're going to be doing when you're trying to find the angle here.
Okay.
Because you have a big dog and a small dog, and the one that is actually a larger magnitude, or the big fat dog, Milkshake, is going to pull further in that direction, right?
Right there.
So the angle between that is what you would be finding here.
Okay. So that's theta. Okay.
He's not pulling very hard.
So theta is.
Be why? Why? The Labradoodle, Albert, can't really pull very hard compared to that husky, right?
Okay.
Huskies are made to tow stuff.
The Labrador. The
Mass
Labrador.
moves mass and he doesn't have a lot of
thought it
mass.
I know, he don't have a lot of mass. So,
Labrador.
Just put a heavyweight.
I said Labradoodle, not Labrachihuahua.
A Labrador.
Okay, so finding the angle between these two would be what you would use for this. So, to do this, you would have to find the dot product of u times v. So it would be to find that angle, you would be inverse cosine, right?
U times B.
U times v, so that would be 3 times 2, right? 3 times 2 plus
4 times 1.
4 times 1
Over.
magnitude. How do we find the magnitude?
With the
A
Absolute value, right? It's, there we go.
square root of A squared plus B squared.
Very good. So this is going to be the square root of, which is 3 squared plus,
Square. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Times.
Plus
Times.
square root of 2 squared.
2 squared times.
Wait, isn't that just 3,
Okay, now I
3
gotta-
plus 4?
Now let that sit there for a second. Let it marinate.
Hold on.
remember, order of operation comes first. Exponents, square it first.
9, 16, 9,
25.
16, 25.
Square root of 25 is 5.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense? So now this is what you're going to do. Just plug it in the calculator as is, and you're going to get your angle. And that would be the angle in between these two dogs, pulling in 2 different directions.
That cookies and cream is like just imprinted in my head.
It's almost like plugging into the calculator is important to be learning right now. Like the
What?
act of plugging it into the calculator. Because there's people that are just playing on their phone or doing nothing. There's one person right now currently picking their nose. And so I'm not, listen, I'm recording this video. I am not going to call him out on this.
Pulled it right out. Like they probably pulled it.
Oh, like a one long stringy one.
Hey, Jay, listen, this is words to live by. It's not whether you pick your nose or not, it's where you put the booger that counts.
Amen.
It's way
That's a word.
picked up booger that counts.
No, thinking about.
This is
That's a
grossing
word
me
right
out.
there.
Yeah, I'm not about that.
You preaching angels.
26.5?
Hey, what do you get?
26.5?
26.5 degrees, right?
I don't know.
You fast.
For real, I don't even. Hold on, wait a minute.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I'm not saying that you can't do it, just keep going.
Bless
Wow. I think, bless you.
Is it 66 point?
Is it 26.5?
Well, it's 26.6.
Oh, yeah, because you round.
26.6?
Yeah, once you
it's
round it.
56, so you just round it.
But that's good. You fast. You fast.
Wait.
And that's degree.
The commentary of this class is something
I'm not
like,
at
wait,
I know,
no,
I'm
wait.
just wondering how I got it wrong.
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, 26.6.
Yeah, 26.6.
Okay, here, I got it up here to double check it.
I cannot do that.
I don't know, because it's
eyelash
I don't know, we did this.
Oh, I just put in square root.
Oh, because you ain't square root the second.
Yeah, because the first one is square root of 25.
Yeah.
And so I just put 5 there, and then this one came out to be the square root of 5. Because 2 squared is 4, plus 1 squared is 1, plus that, so that you get 5.
So you just like,
Yeah. I just simplified it so I don't have to write it all out. But yeah, 26.6.
I thought I looked at yours.
But
It's
both
like,
sides.
it's like, oh god,
That's so gross.
It was yours.
I don't have eyelashes on. That couldn't
Wow,
be
that's
right.
weird.
fake, like, fake
Yeah,
lashes.
it was like right in the back.
Alright,
of the
so there we go.
kid.
Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button and look at the merch store. I got some new merch. Buy it now. Use promo code. What's it?
Just write it
DJ.
down because you don't know how to spell it.
I know. I don't. Anyone else know how to spell it?
What?
DJ.
B-E-R-S-I.
Like that? S-I-L.
Yeah, spell it out now. That's, put it in. If it don't work, just keep on trying.
All right.